job of play calling and use him as a decoy, and the other players, Fernandez and Balantuck and Lovato, do a real good job of running or passing the ball when they get a chance too.
What can we expect from your ball club today to try and penetrate Santa Cruz?
Well, end of the season, we're going to try and open things up a bit and use any play that we haven't used thus far this year, and just try and be a little more consistent in what we've been trying to do all year.
Any trickery from you today?
Well, we have a couple of things up our sleeve, and we'll just see if we can execute them.
Good luck, Coach, and thank you very much.
Thank you.
So, Coach, Ron Mahurin, you've got a big ball game coming up. How big a rivalry for you is Harbor?
Harbor's always been a big rivalry for us. It's been about 3 years since we've beaten them last, and they play good, sound, fundamental football. It is truly a rivalry in that the two schools are so close together and all the kids know one another, and they get up for the game.
This is one of those kinds of games where you get two strong forces. They're second in defense in the league. You're tops in offense. How do you get through their defense? How do you penetrate it?
Oh, we've worked on a number of things this week. We're not going to do anything particularly different. We're not going to run any double reverse passes or anything of that sort. We're going to stay as fundamentally sound as possible. We worked on maintaining our blocks this week, and we want to have a more balanced attack. We have to have our other skilled athletes perform this week. In the past, it's been Johnny's had to carry a little bit too much of the load, particularly this last week, and we want to make sure we get the performance from the other fellows.
We're going to see then a little bit less of John Johnson today and a little bit more of everybody else?
Well, we hope we can see a whole lot of everyone.
How about stopping Harbor? How do you have to do that?
We're going to attempt primarily to keep them from stuffing the ball down our throat. They're primarily, or they have been primarily, an option team, and until recently, that's been their suit. And we worked against it this week, but for one reason or another, they've shifted over to more of a power offensive attack. And they have the people that can do it. Olds and Mendelsohn can run pretty well, in fact, really well. And their front offensive line is certainly large enough, and they maintain their blocks.
Coach Ron Mahurin, thank you very much, and good luck.
Good, thank you.
Santa Cruz High School team has been introduced on the field. We should mention them. David Adams, who will start in the net position, is among that group, along with Chris Lovato, the starting quarterback. James McDuffie, Johnny Johnson, of course, Richard Helm, Bythiel Ratliff. They're losing a lot of folks off this ball club. Trevor McPherson, and Doug Biddle going, Sean Gahan, of course, the senior end, and Don Johnson, 5'9", 150-pound senior. All of them leaving now as the Cardinals get ready for the opening kickoff. John?
Well, I think one of the dramas of this game, of course, is how many yards is Johnny Johnson going to get. Harbor's further hurt by the fact that their starting quarterback all year is out, and the junior, Bob Matasevich, will be starting. It's only his second game starting for Harbor, so they have problems at quarterback.
And it's a rush for the get this show on the road. We've been running a little bit late here. We should tell you that I'm Dick Little, and John Bohr is with us as we present Santa Cruz and Harbor, as Harbor gets ready to kick the football. Doing the booting will be Butterfield, and deep is Tuck on the near side, and Fernandez on the far side. So here comes the boot. End over end kick. It bounces, walks, and Tuck on the 15. Stutter steps across the 20, tries to follow blocking to the 25, loose to the 30, and down to the 34-yard line. The stop made by Mike Grola. It'll be first down, 10 yards to go. Ball resting on the 34-yard line. Cardinals now coming up to the attack.
First down and 10 on the 35-yard line.
Ball resting on about the 34.5-yard line. As they said, Ratliff wide to the right side. Johnson and Fernandez, the two backs behind the quarterback, Lovato. Handoff Johnson, flares to the outside, cuts inside, then goes to the outside, carries people with him. He's out across the 35, and he finally gets down on the 40-yard line with Morrison making the stop along with Eels.
Brought down by 37.
Good gain on the play of 5 yards, second down, and still 5 yards to go. Chase is off to the right side. Both ends are in tight.
Handoff, Fernandez tries to duck over the left side. Harbor waits for that one, and they couldn't gain anything with that play at all.
2 yards.
Eliso coming over to make the stop for the Pirates. It'll be no gain on the play at all. Third down now, and 5 yards to go. Coach Ron Mahurin told us before the ball game he wanted to open up the rest of his scoring opportunities, not just rely so heavily on John Johnson today.
Well, it's been successful for him all year. Maybe Johnny's getting tired, but
Ratliff is off to the right side, and John Johnson goes in motion as Lovato's back to pass. Steps up. He throws. Tuck has it on the 50. Tuck to the 45. Mendelson comes over to make the stop.
37 by Brian Mendelson.
A wobbly pass, John, and it didn't look like he had an awful lot on it, but Tuck was in the right spot to receive it.
I think they were aware that Johnson was in motion, and that allowed Tuck to stand wide open for quite a while.
David Chase off to the left side on 1st and 10. Santa Cruz in Harbor territory. Johnson around the left side. Gets to the outside. Up to the 40. He's at the 35. And he's knocked off his feet on the 34. Morrison in on this tackle for the Harbor Pirates along with Heliso. And that's good enough for another first down. So John Johnson has 15 yards and 2 carries, John.
Yeah, that's about his average, isn't it? 7.5, 8 yards a game, try.
Certainly is. Ratliff is going wide to the right side. There's 2 Ratliffs on their on this team. They're cousins. Bythiel is number 55, and Darrell is number 22. Johnson over the right side, and he's hit at the line of scrimmage. He breaks 1 tackle there, and then falls forward for about 3 yards. The stop made by number 37, Brian Mendelson. Also on the tackle was Ard. Give him a couple on the play. 2nd down and about 8 yards to go. David Chase, Bythiel, Ratliff alternate in and out of the ball game. They carry the plays in from Coach Ron Mahurin. David Chase off wide to the right side. Tuck fakes, goes back to pass.
He
throws.
again.
Ballin Tuck has it on the 15. He's down to the 10-yard line.
First down.
Patterson in to make the stop for the Pirates. It is first down, 10 yards to go. And I don't think Harbor was expecting this much passing this early, John.
No, he had 2 receivers running free in the secondary.
We know Shangahan along the sidelines. Adams is on the end to the left side. Tuck is at the end to the right side. Give Fernandez to the outside. Cuts inside the 10. Spins his way at the 5. Dives for the end zone. Touchdown, Santa Cruz!
Touchdown scored by number 40, Rich Fernandez.
Richie Fernandez, 11 yards for the score. And Santa Cruz takes a quick lead by a score of 6-0 as Trevor McPherson will come in to attempt the point after touchdown. Well, he certainly spread the offense around on that drive, John.
He did a nice job.
Snap back, place down, kick up. Looks like it was partially blocked. It doesn't make it through the uprights. And the Cardinals have gone on top 6-0 with 8:41 remaining here in the first quarter of play. And we'll be right back.
We'd like to acknowledge that group that we played with us still in our game today. We appreciate it greatly. Doing the kicking for Santa Cruz, number 11, David Adams. Deep for Harbor, number 35, G. Patterson. And number 30, Randy Olds.
Ready for the kickoff now. David Adams to do the kicking for Santa Cruz. Deep for the Pirates is Patterson on the far side and Olds on the near side. Here's the boot. A shallow kick coming upfield is picked up by a short man and fallen down and followed upon, I guess to be more accurate, on the 25-yard line. Eloso down for the Harbor Pirates. It'll be first down, 10 yards to go for the Pirates. They own the football on the 25-yard line. Harbor wearing their road uniforms.
Harbor, number 10, Bob Lutasevich.
Green and white for the Pirates and red and white for the Santa Cruz Cardinals. Pirates the attack on first down, 10 yards to go. Oles is the deep man in the I formation. And Matasevich fumbles the football. I think Oles looked like he might have picked it up. We can't see who's got the football at the present time, however.
Second down.
Harbor's ball.
Looks like Oles did get it and maybe even picked up a yard in the play. So out of a broken play, they
1 yard, second down and 9.
picked up a yard. Bob Matasevich is the quarterback. He's a 5'11" 150-pound junior. He replaces Bob Ballard, who was injured. Got a thumb injury, we understand. Denbo is off to the left side, and Mays slots inside of him. There's a quick pitch around the right side. Oles across the 25 to the 30. He's to the 35, and he's knocked off his feet at about the 37-yard line.
You know, attacker for Santa Cruz, number 86, Sean Gahan.
Sean Gahan over there to make the stop. Second down. Or check that. That should be enough for a first down. Awfully close.
Randy Oles has the speed if he gets outside to make this game interesting. Santa Cruz is going to have to watch those wide pitches to Oles. The game we did a couple weeks ago, he didn't play in the second half because he suffered a slight concussion, but he's clearly Harbor's best defensive player.
We seem to have some form of timeout here, and we have a player down on the far side of the field. We'd like to remind you that have a Pacific Cookie party. Now watch high school football's game of the week with friends and mention KRUZ-TV and get $1 off a baker's dozen of your favorite Pacific Cookie Company cookies. So come on in before November 28th to 1214 Pacific Garden Mall or to our new shop on the Metro Center in downtown Santa Cruz. You and your friends deserve a treat from the Pacific Cookie Company. Here comes Harbor to the attack. Matasevich is back. He's rolling to the left side. He's got time. Now he's going to lose it. He loses the football. It falls onto the turf, and we'll see who's got it. It looks like
Brian Ard got it, I believe.
Brian Ard picked up the football, and that was another break for Harbor. They're having a tough time holding on the ball. And, John, it seems like Harbor's problems all year long, continuing to plague them now, the elusive turnover.
Yeah, I think he just looked to me like Bobby just dropped the ball as he was scrambling.
Loss of about a yard on the play. It'll be second down now and 11 yards to go. Dembo's wide into the right side, and Mays slots inside of him. On second and 11. Matasevich fakes, keeps the ball around the left side, ducks under one tackle, and he dives across the 35 to about the 38-yard line. John Johnson and Rich Fernandez there to make the stop. A gain on the play of about 3 yards. It'll be third down now and about 8 yards to go.
Harbor's had trouble all year on these third and long situations.
Now they're in a different thing.
Dembo wide right, Mays slots inside of him. They've got Oles, I believe, in a slot to the right side.
Take Johnson out of the middle and bring it back to the weak side.
Matasevich is rolling right. He's looking, still looking, steps up, he throws, it's complete to Denbo on the 45, and he dives forward to about the 47-yard line. And he's not quite there for the first down. They'll put it down to the 46. Ratliff and Johnson there to make sure he didn't go too much further. And it's close enough. Where do you think they'll go for it, John?
No. Well, they're going to measure, so looked to me it was about a half yard short.
Well, they stretch the chain out. And it's not a half a yard, it's just a few inches. So we'll see if Harbor's got a go-for-it mode.
You know, I'd like to see them go for it. They've got nothing to lose by going for it. They're not going anywhere this year, so they might as well play all out.
Funny thing you mentioned that, because talking to Coach Sakamoto before the game, and that was pretty much his attitude. He wanted to open things up a little bit and make things happen for his ball club today.
Sure, make it fun for them.
On the 41-yard line.
4th down and just inches, and I believe Harbor will go for it. Keith is wide to the right side. Patterson is deep in the I formation for the Pirates on 4th and inches. Matasevich loses the football, and whether Santa Cruz recovered it or not is really incidental. The fact is the Cardinals own the football, and they got it on the Harbor High School 44-yard line.
Looks to me like he got a little anxious there and came out from behind the center a little too soon, and the ball never really got to him. But that's the problem when you have a new quarterback working at this late in the season.
Matasevich just seems like he's a little bit tenuous out there.
Well, he hasn't played that much until Ballard's injury. So they have timing problems.
Chase is off to the right side. There's a pitch out to John Johnson. Looks for a moment and then finds a little opening. Squirts across the 45, and he goes to about the 43-yard line. Mendelson there to make the stop along with Murray, and it'll be 2nd down and a very long 9 yards to go as Lovato, the quarterback, on a keeper that time. I don't think that was designed as a pitch out, and he decided to at the last moment because he saw he couldn't make anything. Lovato gives to Johnson. He tries up the middle. He's hit there, and they really stack him up that time. Johnny decided to try over right guard, thinking the hole would open. It didn't. And he tried to get to the outside. By that time, it was too late. The stop made by Brian Mendelson, who was playing another great defensive game, John.
It was almost no gain for Johnny Johnson that time, and I don't think we've seen that many times this year. Johnson for no gain.
3rd down, 9 yards to go.
3rd down and 9.
Chase is off wide to the left side. Fake, back to pass Lovato. He steps up. Gahan has it, the 40. Gahan the 35. Gahan the 30, the 25-yard line, but a flag is down.
There was a flag thrown in the middle of the line. Usually would indicate a holding.
I'm sorry, what was that?
Excuse me, there was a flag thrown right in the middle of the line that usually would indicate holding. In Santa Cruz, that's what it is.
Alec Helliso was in on the tackle for the Harbor High School Pirates, and it looks like a hold will be called against Santa Cruz. One of the things we've noticed, too, about Santa Cruz games, John, is there have been very few penalties.
That's right. And they seem to throw just enough to keep the other team off balance.
Yard penalty moves the ball back to about the 45-yard line. And it'll be 3rd down now and about 20 yards to go.
It'll be 3rd down and 20 for the 50-yard line.
Ball resting on the Santa Cruz 45. Ratliff off wide to the left side. Lovato is back. Looks like he wants to set up a screen. He does. He's got it to Fernandez. He's caught behind the line of scrimmage, and down he goes on the 41-yard line. Murray over there for the Pirates. And it's another loss in the play, so it'll be 4th down now at 24 yards to go, and Santa Cruz will have to kick the football away.
Harbor's defense tightened, obviously, on that second possession by Santa Cruz. Looked like it's going to be a long day for them after the first drive.
Denbo and Patterson deep for the Pirates as Adams gets ready to boot the football for the Cardinals. Here's a kick. Spiraling kick coming upfield. Denbo calls for the fair catch on the 26-yard line, and it'll be 1st down and 10 yards to go for the Pirates at that particular point. Watch Santa Cruz Cardinals wrap up their season with a showdown against an old rival, the Watsonville Wildcats. It's Watsonville versus Santa Cruz, and it'll be aired by Group W Cable next Sunday night at 8 p.m. on Group W Cable Channel 5, and it will also be aired by Sonic Cable in the South County area. So all of Santa Cruz County are going to be able to witness that football game. Here come the Pirates to the attack on first down, 10 yards to go. They have the ball on the 26-yard line. They have a split back situation this time behind the quarterback, Matovich, as he hands off over the left side to Jay Patterson, and he dives out to about the 29, maybe the 30-yard line. Matter of fact, they're going to place it down over the 30 and say he got out to about the 32. So it was a good gain on the play of about 5 yards. Fernandez making the stop before the Cardinals. It'll be second down now and 5 yards to go. Into the ball game comes John Hooper for the
Second down and 5.
Pirates, and out goes Mays. Denbo is wide to the right side. Hooper slots inside of him. And Mendelson is off, or check it, that's Murray off to the left side. Second and 5. Fake. Back to pass Matazovic. He throws. Dembo has it. He's across the 30. Breaks a tackle there. Gets up to about the 35, the 40. And he goes down to about the 42-yard line to the far side of the field. The stop made by
First down, Harbor.
Sean Gahan over there. So it'll be first down and 10 yards to go. Harbor High School now starting a little drive of their own. Keith is off to the right side. It's slotted inside of Denbo. And once again, Murray is off to the left side on first and 10. Handoff. Patterson out of the backfield. Stenner steps his way across the 45. Gets to midfield and down to the 48-yard line where Ratcliffe knocks him off his feet. And another good gain of the play. About 10 yards to play. It'll be first down and 10 yards to go.
First down and 10 for Harbor.
So Brian Mendelson, number 37, I believe that time, wasn't it?
It was either Mendelson or Patterson.
First down, 10 yards to go. Fake. Matazovic, quick pitch around the left side, looking for running room. Mendelson, down he goes in the backfield at about the 48-yard line. A loss to play as Johnny Johnson makes a stop for the Cardinals. No gain, and maybe even a loss of about a half a yard on the play. We'll call a second down, and still about 10 yards to go. Hooper and Mays are alternating today for the
Second 11 on the Santa Cruz 48.
Harbor High School Pirates. Denbo wide and to the right side, and Hooper is off to the left as the Pirates break this huddle now and come to the line of scrimmage. Patterson deep in the I formation this time for the Pirates. And once again, there's a problem with the football. Dive for the ball. Let's see who came up with it. I believe the Pirates come up with it. And I'm wondering if Johnny Johnson may be creating something, again, like he did last week, John, where he so quickly comes across the line of scrimmage. The quarterback has a tough time getting out with the football. Third down, 13 yards to go.
It may be that. I think it's just the problem with the timing between the center and the quarterback. That's the third mishandled snap from center so far.
Denbo was off to the right side. Keith is off to the left side. Patterson is in the backfield along with Mendelson. And there's the end of the first quarter play. Scoreboard shows the Pirates nothing and Santa Cruz has 6. We'll be right back.
Enter the world of the potentially rich and famous. Play the Burger King $14 million winning taste game. Win $1,000 a month for the rest of your life, or any of 19 million fabulous food and cash prizes. Glitter, glamour, a flame broiled Whopper, a flaky croissant sandwich, a Pepsi, or $1,000 a month for the rest of your life. And the odds of winning a prize are a fantastic 1 in 7. Play the winning taste game now at Burger King.
Give me the desk, quick. Close that door. Give me the desk. Try that window. Get the desk, hurry. You, stand over there. Hey, look now where you're pointing that gun. Give me ammo. Billy, call Duffy. Duffy! No, you don't. Let me have the desk, quick. You want to get a scoop?
The scoop is that KRUZ's Cinema Classics will be back on Wednesday, November 13th at 8 p.m. with the original version of the front page, as well as a great cartoon, an interview with Jim Schwennerly of the Nickelodeon Theater, and the further adventures of resident film critics Bruce Bratton of The Express and Rip Chatnever of The Sentinel. That's Cinema Classics, Wednesday, November 13th at 8 p.m. When it comes to great movie entertainment, KRUZ has got things covered.
Up with it.
Second quarter of play just getting underway. Harbor owns the football on their own 49-yard line. Third down, 13 yards to go. Denbo off to the right side as a wideout for the Pirates.
Offside.
And we'll see what's going to be called here.
Flag on the play.
Santa Cruz trying to jump, and let's see if the Cardinals will be penalized. Once you cross that plane, they're going to call they're going to blow that whistle. They're not going to let you get back in high school football. And that's exactly what's going to be called. So it'll be third down now and about 8 yards to go. So Harbor picks up a quick 5, the easy way.
Well, Santa Cruz was obviously playing the run that time. They had 9 men on the line of scrimmage.
So we get third and 8 from the 45 of Santa Cruz.
Denbo off to the right side. Keith is off to the left side. Mendelson and Patterson are in the backfield. Matasevic is back. He's hitting the backfield. Johnny Johnson throws him down to the 50. They'll say the knee touched on the 48-yard line of Santa Cruz. A loss in the play of about 4 yards. It'll be fourth down and 12. This time I think, John, that the Pirates will punt.
No doubt.
Fourth down for Harbor. 20 for Harbor will be number 42. John Hooper. Deep for Santa Cruz,
Hooper
number 1.
to kick, and Ballantuck the single safety. The rush comes, and he gets off a dandy punt. Tuck runs over, watches it bounce in the 10. It's rolling down to the 5, and it's down by Harbor on about the 1-yard line. Good play that time. Good special teams play that time on the part of the Harbor Pirates.
Sure was. Is that Brent Mays who down that? Number 83?
It looks like it. First down, 10 yards to go, Santa Cruz, but their backs are against the wall. Not the place you really want to turn over, John.
No, but they've been surprisingly free of turnovers this year, at least in the games that we've witnessed.
Chase is off wide to the right side. Handoff, Johnson over the right side. Breaks 1, 2, 3 tackles and carries people with him as he goes out to the 5-yard line. He was hit several times in the backfield and still managed to elude tackles and get Santa Cruz some breathing room out to about, they call it the 5-yard line. Nose of the football touching right on the 5. Second down and about 7 yards to go as he got 3 on that play. Ratliff going in, replacing Chase. Ratliff goes off to the right side. Now they put Tuck on an end to the right side as well as they stack over there. Quick pitch to Johnson around the left side. Cuts in across the 5 and he drives hard to about the 7-yard line.
Number 50.
Mendelson over there to make the stop. And it's a gain of the play of about
Third down, 3 on the
5
play.
yards. Call it third down now and about 3 yards to go. Now let's see if they play conservative. Give it to Johnson, hoping he can pick up the first down, or maybe they'll try to throw it.
Well, with Johnny Johnson in the backfield, they obviously can do either one and feel safe about doing it. He's good for 3 yards.
Chase is off wide to the right side. Johnson's getting the football. He runs into a pile of players, and I don't think he got the first down, John.
No, I don't believe he did.
Johnson on the right side.
Harbor stacked it up pretty good. The charge led by Brian Ard.
4th down and 1.
4th and a yard. And the official is calling a timeout. They got the ball now. Now they're going to bring it in for a measurement. Maybe he did get enough.
Well, Harbor doesn't think so.
They're going to stretch the chain out. And he's short by half a yard. So Santa Cruz sends in the punting unit. One thing you would never want to do, I don't think, is to get the ball back to a team like Harbor this deep in the field, because it could really turn the game around for you.
Well, I don't think this game's going to be high scoring, so obviously they're going to punt at this point in the game.
Adams goes deep for the Cardinals. Patterson and Denbo are deep for the Pirates. Here's the snap. Here comes the kick, end-over-end kick, as Patterson takes it on the 46. He's in the 45, now to the 40. To the outside, the 35, the 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown, Harbor!
Patterson returns the return for 45 yards.
And just like that, things have turned around here at Santa Cruz. And Jay Patterson runs the Pirates back into the football game on a fine punt return from his own 46-yard line. So it was a 46-yard gallop for the score.
He showed good speed once he got outside there. He just outran the rest of them.
Butterfield to kick for the Pirates out of the hold of Keith.
Still taking for Harbor.
Play like that, too, can turn things around, really get your team going and pick them up.
That's right, and Harbor needs that.
Snap back, place down, kick up. And
good.
Good. And with 8 minutes, 52 seconds remaining here in the second quarter of play, scoreboard shows Harbor 7, Santa Cruz 6. We'll be right back.
There's excitement you'll see only on Showtime in November. We'll bring you continuing dramatic excitement with more of our original miniseries, Tender is the Night. There's more rediscovered episodes of The Honeymooners, and Martin Short brings his comic cast of characters to November's Comedy Spotlight, plus movie premieres of Dune and City Heat. For a month full of excitement, it's Showtime.
For people with disabilities, Goodwill training means the dignity of earning your own way. Goodwill does more than restore clothing. Goodwill restores lives.
And welcome back to our Group W Cable Game of the Week. I'm Dick Little, and John Bohr is here to my right, and we're seeing a dandy, Harbor and Santa Cruz. Tuck and Fernandez are deep. They'll try an onside kick. It hits the Santa Cruz man. They dive for the football, and I think Santa Cruz has it.
They
do.
By Santa Cruz.
But it bounced off the Santa Cruz man, and coming over the football for the Cardinals was Martinez.
I like that.
There, I thought that they almost had something.
Well, they didn't get it back, but I like the play. Again, what do they have to lose? They already had 7-6, and there are many people who would have thought Harbor would ever have been ahead in this game.
And they got enough confidence in their defense now, I think, John, that they believe they can hold these Cardinals. Ratliff got wide and to the right side on a first down and 10 yards to go. Johnson's in motion to the right side as Lovato's back. He's got time. He steps up. He throws. Johnson, he can't quite hold on to the football, and it falls to the turf incomplete. Mendelson, or Morrison rather, over there defending for the Harbor Pirates. It'll be second down and 10 yards to go. So they're trying to get it to Johnson in other ways, John.
Yeah.
You know, when they played Santa at the Jamboree earlier this year, they were throwing on the swing passes to Johnson, and they hadn't been doing that much during the year.
Well, I think anytime they have a chance to isolate him on a linebacker or a defensive back, they're obviously going to do it with his size and strength. He has the advantage.
Second down 10. Chase off wide to the right side. And on the draw play, it's Fernandez over the left side. He's in midfield. He fights for yardage to the 48-yard line of Harbor.
Fernandez over the left side.
Rich Fernandez would not be denied at that time, John. He really had a nice hole over the left side and really fought hard to get that extra 4 yards.
He's a determined runner. Has been all year for him.
Third down, 3 yards to go. A good run for the Cardinals.
Third down about 2 yards from the Department 48.
Ratliff off wide into the right side. Lovato fakes back to pass. Steps up. He throws. Gahan has it to 35. He's to the 33. Charge led that time by Eel for the Pirates. And it'll be first and 10.
Harvard 34-yard line.
Ron Maheron saying before the ball game that his players, these players in this particular varsity, have never been in the game where they beat Harvard. Chase is to the right side. First and 10. Quick pitch Johnson around the right side. He's caught in the backfield on a great one-on-one tackle by Morrison. A loss in the play of about
4 yards.
4 yards. Second down. 14 yards to go. What a play by Morrison.
Yep.
And that can upset your offensive scheme of things too. You know that?
38-yard line.
Yeah, that's, again, you're not used to seeing Johnny Johnson lose 4 yards on a run.
He's probably a lot easier to tackle running laterally than he is straight forward.
No doubt about it.
Laterally, you got a good shot. Second and 13. Lovato throws, and it's picked off. Mays has it. He's at the 40, and he's down at the 40-yard line. Johnny Johnson, I'm sorry, Helliso getting him knocked off his feet. And Johnson is knocking him down. First down, 10 yards to go. So Alec Helliso comes up with a big pass interception, and the Cardinal drive was once again stopped. Harbour owns the football, first and 10. They have it on their own 40-yard line.
So far, I'm sure that Gary Sakamoto is happy. This is Harbor's kind of a game so far.
6 minutes, 22 seconds. Mays is off to the left side. Denbo to the right side. Fake. Back to pass Matasevich. He's rolling to the left side, looking to throw. Now he decides to run. He comes upfield and he's knocked off his feet as he gets about the 40 to the 42-yard line. He's stop made by Conejo. Norman Conejo coming up. Norman is a 5'9", 195-pound junior.
On that interception, Dick, it looked to me like there was a little, the timing was all off in the play, and I think Lovato got bumped or ran into somebody just as he got the snap, and it threw his timing off.
Second down, 9 yards to go. Hooper slots inside of Denbo to the right side. Matasevich gives on a diving play over the left side. And that looked like it was Patterson carrying the football.
35, Jay Patterson.
Patterson getting a tough 5 yards in the play.
Tackle for Santa Cruz, number 70, Steve Mead.
Give him 6, call it third down, and now it's call it 5, and call it third down and 5 yards to go. Big stack up on the right side. Good line charge that time on the part of Harbor's line as they just really blew Cardinals out of there.
There was.
Third down and 5 for Harbor at the 50-yard line.
Ball just inside of
45-yard line.
the 45-yard line. Now we have Harbor taking a timeout.
I haven't seen Randy Oles in there for the last series, or this one either, for Harbor.
He was in for the first series. We didn't see him after that. We'd like to remind everybody to have a Pacific Cookie Company party. Watch high school football, game of the week with friends. And mention KRUZ TV and get $1 off a baker's dozen of your favorite Pacific Cookie Company cookies. So come before November 28th to 1214 Pacific Avenue on the Garden Mall or to the new shop in the Metro Center in downtown Santa Cruz. You and your friends deserve a treat from the Pacific Cookie Company. 4 minutes, 51 seconds remaining here in the first half of play. We're witnessing Santa Cruz and Harbor, with Harbor leading by a score of 7-6. And the Pirates have just called a timeout, and we're in that timeout right now, as we're witnessing teams sending a variety of players in and out. Coach Bob Nicolaisen out there discussing things with his Cardinals.
There we are.
Denbo off wide into the right side. Keith slots inside of him. On 3rd and 5. Johnson looks like he wants to put on a big rush. Handoff over the left side, diving, it goes Patterson, and Patterson well short of the first down.
Another tackle for Santa Cruz, number 10, John Neal. And number 44, Johnny Johnson.
So it'll be fourth down now and 3 yards to go. As the defensive right side of the line also played a role in that tackle.
The Harbor's running right at him now. They're going to punt, obviously, on this one in this field position.
Harbor will be punting.
Hooper
Deep for Santa Cruz, number 1,
doing the
Ballon
kicking,
Tuck.
and Ballantuck will go deep for the Cardinals. Bad snap, drives Hooper back, but he runs up and gets the ball away. A beautiful spiraling kick coming upfield, and Tuck takes it with a fair catch on the 16-yard line.
Tuck fair catch.
And another dandy kick. This Hooper can really give that ball a ride, John.
That was a nice punt. Nice spiral.
KRUZ presents music recorded live at the Catalyst Tuesday night at 8 on Cable Channel 5. Watch Special Fun on Catalyst Showcase. KRUZ Cinema Classic presents The Front Page, the original movie from the 30s. And that's Wednesday, November 13th at 8 p.m. on Group W Cable Channel 5. Next week, our game of the week, Santa Cruz and Watsonville. We'll be on next Sunday night with that tape delay of that broadcast. And that's November 17th, 8:30 p.m. on Channel 5. Johnson's in motion, handoff to Fernandez, diving over the right side, getting out to about the 19-yard line. The stop made by Heloso for the Pirates. Call a second down and about 8 yards to go.
In the game for Santa Cruz, number 22, Darrell Ratliff. Second down and 8 yards to go.
Ratliff off to the left side for the Cardinals on 2nd and 8. Lovato tries to keep the ball around the left side, gets absolutely nowhere as he's knocked off his feet by Heloso.
In fact, I think he lost a couple.
Lost a yard.
If you don't know his name.
They're putting the ball back on the 16-yard line, making third down now and 11 yards to go. So Harbor's really doing a lot of defense since that first drive by the Cardinals.
They've settled down and playing them tough.
Chase is off wide to the left side. Johnson's moving in motion to the left side. Back to pass goes Lovato. He's got time. Now he's getting chased. He steps up. He throws. It's complete to Gahan on the 32. He's hit there and driven all the way back to the 26-yard line. But Mays is there and Patterson to make the stop. But they'll give him progress out to about the 37-yard line, making first down at 10 yards to go. And Sean Gahan comes up with another key catch, John.
That's right. We got about 14 on that after a scramble.
Ball on the 33-yard line, Santa Cruz.
Ratliff was coming in with a play, and Coach Ron Mahurin called him back briefly to add a little bit to it. First down at 10 yards to go. Ball resting on the 33-yard line. And a referee's timeout. They found a mouthpiece down there, it looks like. And one of the Harbor players went over to retrieve it. Big Red band assembling down in the end zone to the right side. We're going to have a halftime show with them.
2:45 left in the first half.
Here come the Cardinals to the attack. Ratliff off to the left side. Fake and rolling to the right side. Lovato steps up. He throws. It looks complete to Fernandez, but it's not good for much of a gain at all.
44.
Coming over was Eels, who was all over Fernandez, and
Second down and 8 yards to go.
Give him a yard.
only a yard of the play. 2nd and 9. Chase comes into the ball game for Santa Cruz. Chase is off to the right side. Hand off Johnny Johnson. A good hole over the left side. He's in the 45. He's in the 50-yard line where he's knocked off his feet. And there's a big gain on the play of about 15 yards for John Johnson.
That's his
Oh, he had a dandy hole, John.
He did. It's obviously his longest gain of the day so far. Prior to that run, they had him pretty well contained.
Mark Burry makes a stop. First down, 10 yards to go. It'll be on the 49-yard line.
He's well below his average in this half still.
Ratliff off to the left side. First down, 10 yards to go. There's a pitch to John Johnson. He wants to throw the football. Now he's rolling to the right side. Cocks the arm. He throws. It's complete. Gone has it to 40. He's to the 35. And a flag is thrown. I got a feeling they might have caught a hole. He was open in the backfield, waiting to throw the football. He being Johnny Johnson in this case.
Let's see.
But he threw it from a long distance downfield. They're calling pushing off on the Santa Cruz Cardinals. Apparently somebody going downfield pushed off a defender. So it'll cost the Cardinals instead of allowing them to gain a first down. 15-yard play will be nullified. Felton Volunteer Fire Department, Ladies Auxiliary, is having its annual Christmas craft fair. All proceeds go to the Felton Volunteer Fire Department for fire and rescue equipment. And it occurs Saturday, November 23rd, from 9 to 5 at the Felton Fire Department. Not the kind of penalty you certainly want at this point of the ball game. And Santa Cruz, uncharacteristically, is hurting themselves with penalties.
I think there was nobody open, and well, Johnson was running around back there, just threw the timing off with some of his receivers.
Second down and 25 yards to go.
Excuse me, 25 yards.
Ratliff is off wide and to the right side on second and 25. Lovato gives on the reverse. Ratliff around the left side, looks for running room, cuts to the outside, breaks one tackle, tries to get outside of a second tackle. He can't do it. He's knocked out of bounds by Helliso.
Number 48, Sindel Path.
Mark Murray getting a major share of that tackle. He gets a little on the play, 5 yards. Call it third down now and 20 yards to go. Big third down play now coming up for the Cardinals.
Third down and 20.
We were promised a script for the homecoming situation here, but we're not going to get one. So we're going to be guessing right along with you folks at home on this one. Back to pass Lovato. Got time. He steps up. Cocks the arm 3 times. Now he throws. It's complete. Chase has it on the 45. And down he goes to 44. Literally short of a first down with Patterson making the stop. But it may get him close enough where Santa Cruz may decide to go for it since there's only 33 seconds left, John.
4th and 6.
Oh, I'm sure at this point they'll try. There's another penalty down, so
Yeah.
another flag.
Once again, the Cardinals just continue to hurt themselves.
Flag on the play.
See, it's going to be called this time. Talking things over with the Pirates. Pirates playing good, well-disciplined football.
These penalties, especially these last 2, have really hurt Santa Cruz.
Talking things over with Brian Ard, the defensive captain.
Bringing it back.
I definitely would take it because this would allow Santa Cruz to get somewhere in scoring range.
Penalty against the Cardinals. Position call is slipping.
So, another 15 yards from the line of scrimmage. And that makes it third down and just an awful lot of yardage. And it'll be third down and 35 yards to go. The horns you hear in the background are from a group of vehicles that have been put together to parade the homecoming group around. There's a handoff. Johnny Johnson looking for running room over the left side. He looks like he slipped, John, as he goes down across the 20 to about the 24-yard line. It'll be 4th down now. And the clock will probably run out, ending the first half of play. And Harbor's going to call a timeout with just 3 seconds remaining, hoping they can get a run back on the football.
It worked for him last time.
Why not? Work for him again, perhaps. We'll see. Big red band down off to our right. It's homecoming here at Santa Cruz. Just 3 seconds remain here in the first half of play. And we're going to have a special halftime feature, by the way, on Santa Cruz High School. Doug McFadden was out at the school earlier this week. He was talking with students and principal Barbara Kingsby. So we invite you to stay tuned and look into that. with Doug McFadden here on cable television for Santa Cruz County, giving you an idea of what kind of schools, what kind of institutions we have for our young people here in Santa Cruz County. Crew W Cable, of course, supplying the production. And here we can get some shots of, we do have a shot right now of the Big Red Band in the background. Santa Cruz High School's award-winning band for so many years. Sylvester McElroy, the man who assembled it all and continues to do such a great job year in and year out. Coach Ron Mayhew, and we were talking to him before the ball game, saying what a great job his assistants have done, and Vic Morgul and Bob Nicolaisen putting this ball club together. And so far, John, every coach we've talked to has said they can't really believe that Santa Cruz is this good, this close.
Santa Cruz isn't going to risk the punt, so.
They're going to give it to Johnson. Up the middle, he drives across the 30 to the 35. They get to about the 35-yard line, actually a yard short of that. Call it the 34, and the gun sounds ending the first half of play. And we have a surprise so far. Scoreboard shows the Cardinals 6, the Pirates have 7. Halftime is coming up. We'll get with it in just a moment.
At night, your eyes can play tricks on you. You think you're seeing a delicious croissant sandwich from Burger King, but that's impossible. You imagine that light, flaky croissant filled with golden eggs and melted cheese and ham. Or is that sausage? Or maybe bacon? It looks close enough to taste, but no. The croissant sandwich is only available for breakfast, if you can last that long.
To the desk, quick. Close that door. Give me the desk. Try that window. To the desk, hurry. You, stand over there. Hey, the coward, you're pointing that gun. Give me ammo. Hildy, call nothing. Nothing. No, you don't. Let me have the desk, quick. You want to get a scoop?
The scoop is that KRUZ Cinema Classics will be back on Wednesday, November 13th at 8 p.m. with the original version of the front page, as well as a great cartoon, an interview with Jim Schwennerly of the Nickelodeon Theater, and the further adventures of resident film critics Bruce Bratton of The Express and Rip Chatnever of The Sentinel. That's Cinema Classics, Wednesday, November 13th at 8 p.m. When it comes to great movie entertainment, KRUZ has got things covered.
Up with it.
We're at halftime here at Santa Cruz High School. It's homecoming for the Cardinals, and a whole bunch of folks are out here at the stadium. We even saw Judge Donald Bay here. He is just back from an operation, and District Attorney Art Danner out here, among others, and quite a number of folks out here to enjoy the homecoming here at Santa Cruz High School, one of the oldest high schools in the entire Monterey Bay area. And John Bohr, I believe you've got some statistical information you can pass on here.
Yeah, just quickly, Dick, I think For Santa Cruz, Johnny Johnson has gained only 49 yards on 12 carries, 10 of those coming on the last carry of the second half with only a few seconds left. So he's been stopped fairly well by Harbor. Meantime, Harbor's side, the 3 mishandled snaps in the first quarter obviously hurt them. Santa Cruz has passed fairly efficiently this game. They've thrown 9 times and completed 6 of those 9 passes. So it's been essentially Harbor's kind of a game. Their score coming on the 45-yard punt return by Jay Patterson, who incidentally has 4 carries for 23 yards in that half. One thing about watching Harbor games, it's nice to keep stats because they're always they're fairly easy to keep since they're a defensive team.
And here we go with the Santa Cruz High School Big Red Marching Band. That were developed by the various classes here at Santa Cruz High, the seniors, juniors, sophomores. Those, of course, featured in the homecoming parade, which was on Pacific Avenue yesterday. And the float by the junior class sends out steam. Quite an elaborate float. Far side of the field with a big cardinal on the back of a truck.
You know, as we watch the homecoming, Dick, I detect around Santa Cruz High, after the successful season they've had this year, the homecoming means something to them this year. There's really more enthusiasm at these games than I suspect in the campus generally because of what this football team has done for the school this year. It surprised a lot of people. They've gotten a lot of attention, both in the press and, of course, on television. And I think it reflects in the crowd. There's more of an upbeat tone than there has been in the previous few years. So I think the high school football team here has done a lot for this school. They have a new principal, and that helps with the enthusiasm, and maybe they're on their way back again.
Floats have just come around the bend, and the float results in 4th place in the class of 1986 with an average of 31.2. The 3rd place with an average of 37.2 in the class of 1989, the freshman. And 2nd place average is 37.6, the class of 1988, the sophomore. Guess who won? With an average of 47 points, no contest, the class of 1987, the juniors.
The float that was judged the best, the junior float.
And there
There it is, shooting off steam. You can see it there. That's quite an elaborate float. I wish it was a little brighter. They're coming in the shadows, of course.
Pirate Punch, it says on that sign inside the float. Reminds me of New Year's Day in Pasadena.
John, could you believe they had 7,000 people out here in this field for a football game?
When was that? That was...
That happened about 16, 17 years ago. The last great Santa Cruz team had a team that was undefeated and untied coming into the final game of the year. And Soquel was also undefeated. This is when both teams played in the Monterey Bay League. And they came down, they both had All-American candidate quarterbacks, both of them an outstanding passing game. Santa Cruz won the game in the last 30 seconds with a 40-yard touchdown bomb, 19-13 over Soquel. And there were 7,000 after that game at this field. Hard to believe they could ever put 7,000 in here, but they did.
hopefully when this field is finished, they'll be able to hold a good crowd again.
And hopefully the Santa Cruz Coast athletically will continue to produce the kind of talent that they produced this year, which has been very outstanding. Our apologies, because we can't identify the young people who are getting out of the vehicle. We had asked for a script to help identify the people who are involved in this for you, and we're unable to obtain one. But they're going to present the various contestants, and hopefully we can pick it up from the PA system as to the various contestants and who they are. So we'll ask our folks in the van to turn up the sound for the PA, so we'll let them do the announcing for you.
And we have another homecoming next week, I believe, don't we, down in Watsonville?
That's correct. We're just the homecoming television station here. By the way, we'd like to remind you that if you are enjoying our television programming originating in Santa Cruz, and particularly our Game of the Week or other local TV shows, we'd appreciate hearing from you. We'd like to have your feedback to satisfy our needs as well as yours, hopefully. So we invite you to write to us, okay? And we are KRUZ, 1107 Water Street in Santa Cruz. And the zip code is 95062. That's KRUZ, 1107 Water Street. And we'd appreciate hearing from you and your thoughts on our Game of the Week.
Let's keep those cards and letters coming.
We love hearing from you.
We'd like to begin our halftime festivities and introduce the homecoming queen candidates. Amy Ball, escorted by Ben Wolf. Amy is the daughter of Sally and Larry Ball, born July 1st, 1967 in Manhattan Beach. She's lived in Santa Cruz for 7 years and carries an overall grade point of 3.4. Her activities include Girls Honor Society 1 year, Key Club 3 years, Vice President of Key Club 2 years, Senior Class Commissioner, nominated for Girls State, Ski Club 2 years, voted most athletic of her senior class, Varsity Volleyball 4 years, All County Volleyball 2 years, Junior Varsity Basketball 2 years, Varsity Basketball 2 years, JV Softball 1 year, Varsity Softball 2 years, All County Second Team Softball 2 years, voted most athletic her freshman year. Amy is considering the University of Hawaii, where she's been offered a scholarship to play volleyball. She would like to say a special thank you to her mom and all her family members for being so supportive during all her 4 years.
Well, I hope you could catch that up. She's going to Hawaii on an athletic scholarship.
Jen is the daughter of Edwin and Donna Burr, born December 21st, 1967. She has lived in Santa Cruz all of her life. Her activities include Girls Honor Society 1 year, National Honor Society 1 year, JV Volleyball 1 year, Varsity Volleyball 3 years, Varsity Softball 3 years, Manager for the Wrestling Team 3 years, Who's Who among American high school students, 3rd place winner Lions Club Speech Contest, Ski Club 2 years, All County Softball in 1985. Janet plans to attend a 4-year college where she major in education. She would like to teach elementary through high school. Janet Burke. Next is Mayora Hiromura, escorted by Victor Pinero. She's the daughter of Alan and Janet Hiromura, born September the 4th, 1968. She's lived in Santa Cruz all her life, carries a grade point of 3.5. She also works at Ferrari's Flores. Her activities include Girls Honor Society 2 years, Key Club 2 years, where she is presently serving as treasurer, Varsity Band 3 years, CCS Honor Orchestra 2 years, Who's Who among American high school students, senior class secretary. She's studied in flute for 7 years. Mayora hopes to attend UC Santa Barbara next year. Mayora Hiromura. Next is Stephanie Kwan, escorted by Vince Canero. Stephanie is the daughter of Marcus and Catherine Kwan, born May 29, 1968, in New York, New York, and has lived in Santa Cruz for 9 years. Her grade point is 3.6. Her activities include 1 year in Girls Honor Society, 1 year in the Santa Cruz High School Musical, 4 years in Heat Club, where she has served as president for a year as well as secretary for a year, 4 years varsity girls tennis. She is a life member of CIF, 4 years of honor roll, Gate student. She's a delegate representing Santa Cruz High School at the President Heat Club Convention, UC Berkeley Chemical Engineering Scholarship nominee. Stephanie hopes to attend a 4-year college in California and study math and engineering. Stephanie Klein. Next is Molly May, escorted by Stephen Johnson. Molly is the daughter of Donald and Mary Jo May, who was born December the 5th, 1967 in Santa Cruz, and has lived in Santa Cruz all of her life. She carries a grade point of 3.4. Her activities include JV cheerleader for 2 years, head JV cheerleader 2 years, varsity song girl 2 years, head varsity song girl for 1.5 years, JV softball for 2 years, the sportsmanship award for 1 year, swimming for 3 years, and she also won the sportsmanship award. She keeps stats for varsity softball. She's been a class commissioner for 2 years, ASB treasurer, Heat Club 2 years, Girls Honor Society 2 years, Girls Honor Society president. She is a member of the Disaster Preparedness Committee for 2 years, a Site Council member for 2 years, district-wide student council member. She's an alternate to Girls State, who's who among high school students, and the Rotary Youth Leadership Award. Molly hopes to attend the University of Pacific and major in elementary education. Molly May. Next is Christy Canetti, escorted by Patrick Sullivan. Christy is the daughter of Ben and Paula Canetti, born August 12, 1968 in Santa Cruz, and she has lived here all her life. Christy carries a grade point of 3.2 and has worked at Mission Flores for 2 years. Her activities include varsity track 3 years, JV tennis 2 years, varsity cheerleader 1 year, a camp counselor at Camp Hammer during her junior year, ski club 2 years, the Honor Society 1 year. Christy plans to attend the 4-year college and major in education. Christy Tanetti. Next is Gloria Swirling, who is escorted by Jimmy Buellen. Gloria is the daughter of Louis and Judy Swirling, born July the 1st, 1968 in Honolulu, Hawaii. She has lived in Santa Cruz for 13 years. Gloria carries a grade point of 4.0. Her activities include girls state rep, freshman class president, junior class commissioner, 4 years in the varsity tennis team, 3 years as a CSF member, 1 year VHS, 2.5 years in the band, 1 year at Santa Cruz High School Musical, 3 years as an honor roll student. She is a D student and who's who among her American high school students. Gloria hopes to attend UCLA or Cal Berkeley next fall, and eventually hopes to become a lawyer. Gloria Swirling.
See the Santa Cruz High principal coming around to the front.
She's a real football fan, too.
She sure is. She sure is.
Coming to the center of the crowd, carrying the crowd is our principal at Santa Cruz High School, Barbara Casey, who will present the crown to the 1985 homecoming queen, Molly May.
Well, there was a great present for Judge Donald May.
I hope so, yes.
Just out of the hospital. And just got, this is his first major public appearance since he had his heart bypass operation.
Yeah, that's what I was told last week, and we all, of course, wish him well and hope this is a happy day for him.
Byfield, Ratliff, John Johnson, and Ballantuck are all out there to congratulate the woman who is the homecoming queen for Santa Cruz High School.
acrobat football.
Santa Cruz High School, host of KRUZ's Game of the Week. Since 1875, Santa Cruz High has provided a balanced education for the leaders of tomorrow, with equal emphasis on the arts, academics, and athletics.
I have found Santa Cruz High School to be a very special place. My first days here, the youngsters are the warmest groups of kids I have ever experienced in my educational career. They are outgoing, they are enthusiastic about who they are, where they are, and they enjoy sharing that. They have a sense that this school is their school, and they enjoy being here. We have a number of youngsters who have decided not to go to other schools in this district and have chosen to come to Santa Cruz because of the diversity, the acceptance of differentness that this campus allows. It's very special. And our students say that often, and it's something that I hear very frequently from parents. They want their youngsters to be involved in a school setting that provides a realistic place of life. That is, it reflects the real world, as opposed to being in a school that reflects a very unrealistic picture of the world, that is, with only one ethnic group or only one socioeconomic group there. Santa Cruz High School reflects the diversity of the American culture. We try to make sure that our youngsters are receiving a complete exposure to the fine arts. We offer jewelry, we offer design, some people call it crafts. It's beyond crafts. We offer art from level 1 to the advanced levels, ceramics from the beginning to the very advanced levels. We offer youngsters in the arts, not just, and I would say art, just not just art, but music as well. We have exemplified music. I think Mr. Max here is, we call him Mr. Music in many occasions. His name is Mr. McElroy, but we all refer to him as Mr. Mac. He is our super music person. He is the epitome of a music teacher. And I do not know how the man does it, but he does. He takes the kids out, and we have won all kinds of trophies, amazing trophies in all areas with our youngsters. We have a wonderful music program here. We're very proud of it. We're very proud of him. We feel the fine arts are important, but we feel not just fine arts. We feel the entire academic co-curricular program is important because we're interested in building the complete student.
But the most exciting thing on campus this fall has been the winning Cardinal football team, and they have no bigger fan than Barbara Kingsby.
To be very honest, I've been invited on occasion to sit in the stands. I cannot sit in the stands. My adrenaline flows too fast and too high, and I find that the sidelines is where I really belong. Then I can move and I can get all of those feelings out of me without having to sit straight. I've enjoyed it. It's been thrilling to watch this group of youngsters play as a team, and I think that's the most important thing that can be said about this football team. We have a number of youngsters like Johnny who do stand out above others, but I think it must be emphasized that they play as a team and a really cohesive machine team. And I think their coach, Ron Heron, has a lot to do with that. So does Vic McGill and does Bob Nicolaisen. They need to be commended for the work which they have done with these youngsters thus far.
Santa Cruz High School, host of the Game of the Week on KRUZ Television.
Cardinals, look into it! Welcome back to Santa Cruz High School field, where the Pirates lead at the Cardinals by a score of 7-6 in what many must believe is a big surprise. We'd like to remind you that coming up after the third quarter, a special visit to the Harbor High School featuring Principal Marcia Quest. So tune in for an interesting show on Harbor High School Pirates between the third and fourth quarters. Douglas Baden out there giving you an idea of what goes on at Harbor High School and some of the activities that, of course, during the time. We know that you saw the show we put together for Santa Cruz. John, there has been not a whole lot of offense in this football game.
No, but it's been an interesting first half. It's been very exciting, really. Again, Harbor's obviously leading the game, and that's a surprise. We'll see what Santa Cruz happens after their, I'm sure their coach had some words for them in the dressing room, and it's their homecoming, and we'll see how fired up they are when they come back in the second half. Harbor's on the field, ready to go, and we're still waiting for Santa Cruz to show up.
A lot of people put this field down because there are no lights, the features are inadequate, and things like that, but you know, the field itself is really in pretty good shape.
It is. And they're improving the field, and I think next season we'll see better bleachers and better facilities here.
Barbara Kingsby told me before the game that they're going to have the base court for the light standards in the next several days, so that's good news. And while they'd like to have great bleachers, we understand that the bleachers they've ordered have been thrown back to the manufacturer for a third time by the state architecture's office because of problems that those folks up in Sacramento see. So it's back to the drawing board one more time for bleachers. So High has had about the same kind of a problem as we get set for Santa Cruz High to come running onto the field, as you can see them in the background on your television set. The SoCal High School people also wanted to have bleachers available for their game with North Monterey County, and those bleachers once again kicked back by the state architecture's office. Apparently up there they're very hard on very safety conscious when there's a huge problem. There the Cardinals come onto the field, and we are just about ready to go with our football game here in the second half. Come to see the UC Santa Cruz Dickens players in a special holiday performance at the Coconut Grove in Santa Cruz, and that'll be Saturday, November 30th at 8 p.m. Paul Whitworth of the Royal Shakespeare Company is one of the players, joined by local talents Kate Rickman and Gene Lewis, Robert Fenwick, for an evening of songs and sketches. For more information, call 423-5590. That's 423-5590. For the Pirates, Brian Ard coming out from the field. And Brian's a rather large man. He's 6 feet, 200 a junior. He looks even bigger than that, John.
He's a big kid.
First John Johnson, Balanchuk, Byfield, Ratliff. They're out there for Santa Cruz. Harbor to receive the kickoff. And Santa Cruz will do the booting here as we get set for the fourth period of play. Dick Little and John Bohr with you. Happy to be bringing you this special telecast of Santa Cruz and the Harbor. A defensive struggle right now between the two ball clubs, which Harbor is leading by a score of 7-6 with a great run back by Jay Patterson of 46 yards with a punt return.
That's right.
That occurred in the second quarter.
And penalties, as you mentioned in the first half, have hurt Santa Cruz and stopped several key drives toward the end of the second quarter, and that hasn't happened to them this year. They've been relatively penalty-free so far, so...
I think that the games we've seen, as a matter of fact, have had few penalty flags. Remember, the first game we did with Santa Rosa Valley had a lot.
Yep.
But I think when you see most of your football being played penalty-free is indicative of outstanding coaching.
That's right.
And I think the Santa Cruz Coast Athletic League has been blessed with the plethora of great coaches this year. Two of whom are out here this afternoon, Ron Mahurin and Gary Sakamoto. Adams to do the kicking for Santa Cruz. Deep for the Pirates, Randy Oles on the far side of the field, and Jay Patterson on the near side. Here's the boot. It's coming up. A short man takes it on the 20 to the 25, tries to get to the outside. Running with the football, Mark Murray. He gets out across the 30 into the 32-yard line. The stop is made by Godio Martinez, a 5'9", 180-pound junior. First down, 10 yards to go. Harbor has relatively good field position with the ball being placed down on the 32-yard line.
See the shadows lengthening across the field.
Denbo is off wide to the right side. Both ends are in tight. Johnson is coming up. Looks like he wants to blitz on this play. And the handoff goes to Oles, who's in the backfield, cuts in over the left guard position, and he drives out for a couple of yards as the stop is made by John Neld. So he gets about 2 on the play. Call it 2nd down and 8 yards to go. Ball resting on about the 34-yard line.
Santa Cruz looks like they're challenging the Harbor to throw the ball. They're certainly playing to run. Their linebackers are in very tight.
Hooper is off wide to the right side on 2nd down and 8 yards to go. Once again, Johnson and Byfield Ratliff also coming up very tight to play the Harbor running game. Back to pass Matazovic. He steps up, he throws, and it's in and out of the hands of an intended receiver, which was Hooper, and the ball falls incomplete as Gahan was over there defensively for Santa Cruz.
They had the right play call. They had the right play call. They just didn't complete the pass. Short drop.
Well, looks like they will attempt to take the dares of Santa Cruz.
They're really forced to in this play.
You know, in the shadows, it's a little bit on the cool side. Denbo to the right side. Mays splits off to the left on a 3rd down and 8 yards to go. Now the linebackers are backing off for Santa Cruz. Back to pass Matazovic. He's looking. Steps up. He throws. Oles can't hold the football. He drops it. It was an attempt to set up a screen to the left side. Santa Cruz looked like they had it diagnosed fairly well. And there was quite a few red shirts around Oles when he dropped the football. And he might have lost a yard had he caught it. Right. 4th down and about 8 yards to go. And the Pirates will be forced to kick it away. Gahan goes deep for Santa Cruz. Hooper will do the punting. And Hooper can really root the football. He's gotten off a couple of dandy kicks so far. Here's the kick. High kick. This one's a little bit on the wobbly side. Gahan comes up, takes the football, loses it. The Pirates own the football.
No, they're giving it to...
No, they got it out of bounds. Well, there was a break for Santa Cruz.
Sure was.
So Sean Gahan called for the fair catch, ran up, and then just lost the football. And we were a bit premature in calling the Pirates having it. They did have it, but it was out of bounds. 1st down, 10 yards to go. The ball is on the 35-yard line of Santa Cruz as Chase goes off to the left side on 1st down and 10. Lovato hands Johnson over the left side, looks for running, breaks 1 and 2 tackles, and he gets 5 very hard yards out to about the 40-yard line. As Matt Morrison, who has been following Johnson everywhere on the field, comes up to make the stop. John Johnson showed that time some great determination, John.
He did.
Definitely one of his hardest runs of the ball game so far.
Well, another thing, he's been fumble-free, I believe, all year. He has very few fumbles, and they can't afford one now.
Ratliff wide to the right side on 2nd and 5. Give to Rich Fernandez over the right side. He tries to spin his way to about the 45-yard line, but he's not going to get anywhere near that particular position as he's hit after a gain of a couple and is thrown back to about the 40. But he'll probably be awarded tackle, or progress rather, to about the 43-yard line and make a 3rd down and a yard to go. So Chase comes in replacing Ratliff for the Cardinals. Great picture of one of our cheerleaders. Displaying really the kind of spirit we are seeing here at Santa Cruz High today. 3rd down, long yard to go. Chase is off, winded to the right side. Fake handoff. Lovato is back, steps up, cocks the arm, he's throwing for Gahan, who makes a great catch on the 39-yard line. Els was with him, but Gahan made a fantastic catch.
On the 39-yard line of Harbor.
John Gahan making another one of his patented great catches that we've seen so often here in this season. 1st down, 10 yards to go. Ratliff off wide to the right side. Give Fernandez over the right side, and he fights for yardage across the 39 to about the 37. And they push him back to the original line of scrimmage as the stop is made by Brian Mendelson. And they'll award progress to about the 37. Give him a couple on the play. Call it second down now and 8 yards to go. Chase off to the right side on second down and 8, and Lovato doesn't like what he sees, and we have a timeout called. Looks like it was Morrison having a bit of some equipment problems. Now things are set to go on second and 8. Quick pitch to Johnson around the right side. He's got some running room as he crosses the 35, the 30, and down the sidelines, and he's pushed out of bounds the far side of the field on the 25-yard line as Dembo was over there to finally push him out, along with Morrison. Another first down, and there's a play that you've been talking about all year long, John, of the idea of the quick pitch to Johnson getting to the outside.
He's so hard to bring down that that play has a very high success rate.
They say he stepped out on the 28-yard line. First down and 10 yards to go. Hand off to Johnson, the counter play. Comes up the middle, fights for yardage across the 25, and he pulls to the 20.
6 yards.
Mendelson again making the stop for the Pirates.
About 8 yards on that run.
And those are 8 tough yards again. Johnny really having to use every ounce of his strength to get those 8. You can see the fence along the sidelines here on our picture. Keep the crowd off the field. Second down and 2 yards to go. Lovato, the quick pitch to Johnson. He eludes one tackle in the backfield, turns upfield, gets to the outside of the 15. He's caught from behind of the 12, and down he goes on the 12-yard line with Brad Ills on his back. That's good enough for another first down. It'll be first down, 10 yards to go. Ball resting on the 12-yard line. Ratliff off to the right side. Fernandez and Johnson, the backs behind Lovato, the quarterback. Give it to Fernandez. Up over the left side. A flag goes down as he drives inside the 10 to the 8-yard line. Rich gets some hard yardage as he is knocked off his feet by Butler.
It's been a nice drive,
But it looks like a penalty coming up against the Cardinals again.
It's a holding penalty.
Referee coming over and talking to Coach Ron Mahuron. And Mahuron certainly not happy over the situation. Holding is called, and the ball is moved back to the 21-yard line. So make it first down now and about 20 yards to go. 6 minutes, 46 seconds remaining here in the third period. Hope you're enjoying the game wherever you are on cable television. Ratliff is off to the right side on first and 20 for the Cardinals. Give to Johnson over the right side. Bangs his way inside of the 20 to about the 15-yard line. Morrison there to make the stop. Now they get about 7 of it back. Call it second down now and about 13 yards to go. Ball, those are the football just on the 15, and to make it second down and about 13 yards to go for Santa Cruz. Lovato is rolling to the right side, looking to throw. He steps up, he throws, it's picked off. Morrison on the 5. Morrison to the 10, to the 15, cuts to the inside to the 19, and he's knocked off his feet by John Johnson. So once again, the Pirates dodge a bullet and get the football back. First down, 10 yards to go. And once again, the good defense rises to the occasion.
There was a penalty, but it was a clip, a personal foul perhaps against the Santa Cruz. It'll be declined. You can see the balloon in the air, flying over the stadium all day.
See if they're going to march off a penalty now. They are. Apparently, that was after the interception was made, John.
That's right. It's a personal foul, so it's 15 more. Not only do they get the interception, they get it back in fairly good field position.
Ball placed down on the 34-yard line. Make it first down at 10 yards to go. Denbo off wide to the right side. Olds is once again in the backfield with Mendelson. Johnny Johnson now beginning to crowd that interior. Handoff, Olds over the right side with running room. He spins his way out across the 40 and down to the 45-yard line. Stop made by Steve Meade. And a gain on the play for Randy of about 8 yards.
Well, they got burned there by blitzing both Ratliff and Johnny Johnson. Olds, they were in the backfield fast enough, but a quick handoff, Olds was by them, and they was running in the secondary.
Second down, 2 yards to go. Denbo this time positions himself off to the right side. The other two ends are in tight. 2nd and 2. Johnson and Ratliff now backing away from the interior of that line. Handoff going to Mendelson over the left side, and he fights for yardage down to near midfield before he's finally stopped. John Johnson there, along with John Neld. It'll be first down at 10 yards to go for the Pirates on the 49-yard line of Santa Cruz, as the Pirates now have a drive of their own going.
There goes the red balloon. Harbor's having success right now running straight at Santa Cruz.
That's been much of their success all year. Denbo is off to the left side. They're not splitting any ends off this time now, John. They're keeping them all in tight.
Power formation.
Handoff goes to Olds over the left side, and he drives to about the 45-yard line. Neld is there to make the stop. N-I-E-L-D, I think they pronounce that Nield. Gain on the play, though, of 4 yards on a good run again by Randy. Second down, 6 yards to go. Pirates score here. It could be very tough for Santa Cruz to come back.
It would be.
Denbo off to the right side.
They're running out of time in the third quarter. 3:48.
Handoff, Olds this time over the left side, and he drives to the 40-yard line, and he's going to be just a yard short of the first down as they're running right at the power of the Santa Cruz defensive line. And we have a player down on the field. The International Club of Purdue College sponsoring an international festival on Friday the 15th of November, that's next Friday, coming up Friday, in the College Student Center. Admission is free. Groups represented will include the Santa Cruz Scottish country dancers, Mexican folk dancing, Yugoslavian dancing, Greek, Israelis, songs of Spain, all kinds of things. Refreshments to be served, and people are encouraged to wear their native dress. 479-6478 for additional information. 479-6478. Pirates to the attack. Denbo's off to the right side. Matazovic, the quarterback. Handoff goes to the first man through. And that's Mendelson, and he's hit as he gets to about the 37-yard line. Flag was thrown, however, for Nejo and Wainscoat. Holding is called against the Pirates.
Yeah, they picked up the first down, so it's really a critical call.
Those kinds of calls that some might call a drive breaker. Hooper's kicking has really done a good job keeping the Cardinals back, too.
Now they're going to have a 3rd and 8.
Third down now and 8 yards to go, so there was a 7-yard penalty from the line of scrimmage. Third down and 8, ball resting just over the midfield line on about the 47.5-yard line. Mays splits off to the left side. Denbo comes to the right side on the 3rd and 8 for the Pirates. Back to pass, Matazovic steps up, he throws, and he overthrows Denbo. The intended receiver is complete. So it'll be 4th down now and 8 yards to go. It looks like Harbor is sending in their punting team.
Yeah, here comes Hooper.
Hooper, of course, doing such a good job of punting, you can use him in effect with a team like Harbor as an added weapon.
He's had 2 good punts today. Could use a nice one here.
Sean Gahan goes deep for Santa Cruz. Here's a snap. And Hooper gets it away. A spirally kick coming upfield. Gahan waits and takes it at the 15. Dodges the tackler there. He's to the 20 and out of bounds and about the 23-yard line. Pushed out by Mendelson for the Pirates. First down, 10 yards to go. Cardinals come away in fair field position. All things considered, John.
They do.
Nice run by Gahan. Picked up approximately 10 yards from the point that he received the football. But the clock, the enemy of a team that's behind Harbor, certainly.
Well, his audience is
continues to kick it off.
Crowd is waiting for Santa Cruz to break loose here.
Give to Johnson over the left side. He hurdles a man at the 30 and dives to about the 34-yard line. So Johnny Johnson gets about 9 yards to play, and they'll give him 10. They say it's first down and 10 yards to go as the officials point forward.
That was a pretty run.
First down and 10.
It's a big-time run.
First and 10 for Santa Cruz as they put Ratliff off wide to the right side on first and 10. Ball resting on the 34-yard line. Hand off to Rich Fernandez, and Rich gets out to about the 35 and on to about the 36-yard line. Mendelson along with Morrison is there for the Pirates, and it's a pickup in the play of about 3, and about a second down and 7 yards to go. Chase off to the left side. Cardinals once again to the attack. Johnson around the left side, looks for running room, turns upfield, the flag goes down as he goes out of bounds at about the 45-yard line. He has enough for a first down, I believe, John, but I think that once again the flag, the yellow flags that hit the field may cost him.
There was a flag that was... Actually, I see 2 flags on the field.
The Cardinals are marching backwards, so they apparently believe it is against them. We have seen no signal from the official just yet.
Talking to Brian Hart out there.
Holding
again.
Holding against the Cardinals.
Well, apparently, whatever Harbor's doing is Santa Cruz apparently believes, or somebody in that in line is saying, well, I can't do anything else against this guy but hold him.
Well, I think, too, they're anxious. They're homecoming. They're behind. No one expected them to be behind this late in the game, and I doubt if they did expect it to be behind either, so they're getting a little anxious out there.
Second down, 13 yards to go. But these penalties are something you can ill afford against a team like Harbor. They're tough enough to get yardage against as it is, much less beat yourself with penalties. Lovato's keeping and dives over the right side, gets a couple, but little else. As Eliso makes a stop before the Pirates.
Lovato's limping a little as he comes back to the huddle.
Make it 3rd and 12 as they put the ball on the 32.5-yard line.
Well, their passing has gone well so far in the first half. Let's see what happens now.
Big third down play here for the Cardinals. Lovato is back. He's got time, steps up now. He's going to have to hurry, and down he goes, the 25.
Mark Murray.
Mark Murray is there to do the job. And that's a loss to play of about 7 yards and make it 4th down now and about 19 yards to go. So David Adams will kick it away for Santa Cruz.
There's times where it may run out before he gets the kickoff, Dick. There's 12 seconds left and
Denbo and
counting.
Patterson are deep. Patterson's already run one back 46 yards for a score. Patterson on the near side, Denbo on the far side. Adams gets a football, a low snap, but he gets the ball away, and it's a wobbly kick coming upfield, and Patterson comes over and makes the fair catch right in front of Ratliff on the 49. Ratliff never saw the fair catch.
Actually, Ratliff has gone downfield further than the ball.
And the third quarter ends, and the scoreboard shows that the Harbor High School Pirates have 7, and the Santa Cruz Cardinals have 6. We invite you to have a Pacific Cooking Company party. Watch high school football, game of the week with friends. Mention KRUZ TV, get $1 off a baker's dozen of your favorite Pacific Cooking Company cookies. Come before November 28th to 1214 Pacific Garden Mall or to our new shop at the Metro Center in downtown Santa Cruz. You and your friends deserve a treat from the Pacific Cooking Company. Of course, our Pacific Company scoreboard showing 7-6 with Cardinals losing to Harbor right now.
This week's host school for the Game of the Week on KRUZ Television is Harbor High. Located on La Fonda Avenue in Santa Cruz, Harbor High School prides itself on a successful sports program and academic and vocational programs for all types of students.
Harbor High School has an outstanding faculty and student body. I think the things that make it so outstanding are the science and math department, as well as our social studies and English and our new computer science course. We have a fine arts department with drama and the art department as well as music. Each of these programs have a dedicated staff and students that are enthusiastic and interested in their particular subjects. I think the math and science program are so strong at Harbor because of the staff that we have, the teaching staff, the equipment we have, and then the enthusiasm of the students for those particular subjects. Many of the students want to go on to major academic universities, and they want the background here at high school, and so they're dedicated in moving into the biological science, chemistry, and physics. Our new program here at Harbor High School, the personal computer class, is a unique one in the district. No other high school has a course for computers at the 9th and the 10th grade level, and this year we've provided that because before students had to be 16 years or older to be involved, and I feel that students need to know about computers, how to use them at a very early age, and they are getting it in the elementary and junior highs, and they have to be ready for it at the high school level. Sports plays a very important role. It balances the academic program. I think it provides leadership, camaraderie between students, and providing an experience that they don't have necessarily in the classroom of working together as a group. One of the unique things about Harbor's athletic program is the dedication of the coaches to the students. We have many coaches that serve from off campus, that put in many hours with our students, taking them to special events, providing the leadership and direction for students in athletics, and I think that makes Harbor's athletics outstanding.
Harbor High School in Santa Cruz, featuring a strong math and science program, outstanding drama and fine arts and foreign language classes, and a successful sports program, with a balance of arts, sciences, humanities, and sports, preparing today's youth for tomorrow. The Harbor High School Pirates, host of this week's high school football Game of the Week on KRUZ Television.
Give me that, quick. Close that door. Give me the desk. Try that window. Hit the desk, hurry. You, stand over there. Hey, the coward, you're pointing that gun. Give me ammo. Hildy, call Duffy. Duffy! No, you don't. Let me have the desk, quick. You want to get a scoop?
The scoop is that KRUZ's Cinema Classics will be back on Wednesday, November 13th at 8 p.m. with the original version of the front page, as well as a great cartoon, an interview with Jim Schwennerly of the Nickelodeon Theater, and the further adventures of resident film critics Bruce Bratton of The Express and Rick Chatnever of The Sentinel. That's Cinema Classics, Wednesday, November 13th at 8 p.m. When it comes to great movie entertainment, KRUZ has got things covered.
Up with it.
Come into Burger King and play the $14 million winning taste game, where fabulous food and cash prizes abound. The odds of winning a prize are a fantastic 1 in 7. Imagine what you could do with $1,000 a month for the rest of your life. Buy yourself a little house in the country, a second car, take up a hobby, or invite a friend over for dinner. Play the Burger King winning taste game where you can win $1,000 a month for the rest of your life. It's at Burger King now.
And there's not a whole lot of time left as the Pirates now have the football on the Santa Cruz 49 and take over 1st and 10. Mays off to the left side. Denbo wide of Mays now on 1st and 10. Pitch to Denbo. He wants to throw the football. He's got a man down there. He throws. It's batted up in the air and then incomplete as Gahan was beat. Had a shot at the interception and lost it.
He had him open. He just waited a little too long. They had him fooled, but it took just a bit too long.
Well, we asked Coach Sakamoto, who was not noted for surprises, if he thought that he might, if he thought he might surprise some today. He said, "Watch the game and find out." And we did, and we did. Denbo off to the left side.
Hi, kids.
Hooper also to the left as they split on. Split ended. Matazovic keeping. Quick pitch around the right side. Randy Oles caught in the backfield, and down he goes for a 3-yard loss. Hernandez back there along with Meade. So it'll be 3rd down now and about 13 yards to go for the Pirates.
Well, let's see if they have any more surprises left. Now would be another good time for one.
Harbor 7, Santa Cruz 6 here at Santa Cruz High School. Keith is off to the left side. Denbo is wide into the left side. On 3rd and 13. And the lineman moved for Harbor, and they will be called for 5 yards. I think it's probably a good idea to call those penalties early when you think about the potential injury situation that can be caused when the lineman or somebody breaks that plane, tries to get back. And that's what they're primarily thinking of when they blow that early whistle. Safety of the football players. 3rd now and 17. 3rd and 18, we should say. Matazovic is back and he's dumped. Rich Fernandez gets him on the 35. Matazovic looked up, hoping to see Denbo. He saw Fernandez instead, and down he went.
Didn't have a chance. No, I don't think anybody touched Fernandez on the way in.
A big defensive move that time on the part of the Cardinals. So Hoover will kick it. Sean Gahan will receive it if he can. Sean's going to stand back on his 30-yard line, waiting for the football.
The tongue.
Here comes the boot. High kick. Gahan's calling for a fair catch, and he takes it on the 33. KRUZ is proud to provide the only local television programming originating in Santa Cruz. If you enjoy our game of the week or other local TV shows, we'd like to hear from you. And we need your feedback to satisfy your needs, so we invite you to write us. KRUZ Television, 1107 Water Street, Santa Cruz, 95062. That's KRUZ Television, 1107 Water Street, Santa Cruz, 95062. Cardinals the attack. Back to pass, Lovato. Steps up, throws. Johnson has it on the 35. Johnson gets up to the 37. Tries to elude a tackler, and they're not going to allow that. Helliso knocks him down, along with number 68. Petty plays. Petty plays, a 225-pound senior. Pick up a 3. 2nd down, 7 yards to go.
They had that play well diagnosed. Actually, I think Mark Murray slipped a little bit. Otherwise, he would have been even closer to Johnson.
It was a down box up a yard. Far side of the field. Hand off John Johnson. Looks for running over to the outside. Decides not to go there. And then he goes inside. And it's not open there either. So, whole slug of green and white there to knock him down. Morrison, along with Ard, but he gets a yard in the play. Call it third down now and 4 yards to go. And if you're Santa Cruz, you start thinking this is 4 down territory?
Still over 9 minutes left. But they're in good field position.
Chase is wide into the left side. Quick pitch to Johnson. He wants to throw it. And a little lob pass.
Intercepted
by Morris. Morrison gets the football. As Johnson, who had room to run it, decided to throw it. And he throws his first interception of the year.
Yeah,
once again, Harbor comes up with a big defensive effort.
It's Morrison's second key interception in this half. He almost looks like he got a shot put at that ball.
First down, 10 yards to go. Ball on the 47-yard line of Santa Cruz. Harbor in possession. Denbo wide into the left side at first and 10. Oles and Mendelson are in the backfield for the Pirates. Hand off to Oles. Flares out to the right side. Turns inside, then goes across the 45 and down to the 40-yard line. Meade is there to make the stop for the Cardinals. Good gain on the play of 7 yards to Randy. Second down, 3 yards to go.
Well, you can sense this crowd here on the Santa Cruz side getting a little anxious as the game winds down to under 8 minutes.
Getting awfully quiet. They've been yelling, trying to spur their Cardinals on, but they haven't been able to put that ball in the end zone. Hand off to Oles over the right side as he gets running room and fights for yardage across the 40 to the 35 and down to the 33-yard line to the far side. Johnson over there to make the stop along with Fleming. First down, 10 yards to go for the Harbor Pirates. Now the Pirates are moving the football with Randy Oles, who is running like he's got a new life in a sense. He sat out much of the first half, but here he is in the second half. And Harbor doesn't like what they see from Santa Cruz, so they call a timeout. 7 minutes, 24 seconds remaining here in the fourth period of play. Scoreboard shows Harbor 7, Santa Cruz 6. We'll be right back.
This is Goodwill, restoring and reselling used clothing and other items. And this is Goodwill, training disabled people in solid job skills. For business, it means capable employees. For our society, it means productive citizens. For people with disabilities, it means the dignity of earning your own way. So when you see Goodwill's name, think about all it means. Goodwill does more than restore clothing. Goodwill restores lives.
Picture of Ron Mahurin on the sidelines. He's obviously very concerned. Bob Nicolaisen out there talking things over with his defense's charges. Such a great season for Santa Cruz. To lose on your homecoming would be kind of a hurt.
Well, it would be. It would be disappointing, but they still had a great season. And there's still plenty of time left. But Harbor is in 4-down territory for them if they want to use it.
Denbo off wide into the right side. The ends will be in tight. First down and 10 yards to go for the Harbor High School Pirates. Handoff to Mendelson, diving over the left side. Very little yardage that time. Meade is there to make the stop. Second down and 8 yards to go.
Second down about 8.
Cornejo also getting a piece of that tackle. Heliso in for the Pirates at an end position. Mendelssohn and Oles, the two backs behind of the cornerback, Matasevich. Handoff, Randy Oles over the right side, tries to squirt over the right tackle position, and he gets a little hole. He gets out to the 30 and down to about the 27-yard line. Trevor McPherson gets a piece of him along with Sean Gahan. It'll be third down now and about 4 yards to go. Got 4 yards in the play. And you're right, they probably are in 4-down territory now. And Harbor does like to run it at you. Johnson almost got a piece of Matasevich as he pulled away from center that last time again.
Johnson stayed pretty much at linebacker in the second half.
Denbo off wide into the left side. Third down, 4 yards to go. Big going to the right side as Matasevich turns upfield. He's down across the sidelines at 15 and the 20 and
stepped out of bounds.
Stepped out of bounds on the far side of the field.
But he has the first down.
Down near the 20-yard line is where they say he stepped out. Now Santa Cruz has really got their work cut out for them because Harbor, fortunately for Santa Cruz that time, with the runner going out of bounds, stopped the clock, but they are using up a lot of time. Harbor shifting things up over in there, and it looked like a great deal of confusion in their huddle. Shot there of Nicolaus. And
there's their, I believe, a penalty for too much time.
That's something Harbor doesn't want at this particular point in time. Shot at Ballantuck, a very dejected Ballantuck down there as the Pirates come to the attack. First down and 15 yards to go. They lost 5 because of a delay of game penalty. Johnson's coming in again. Handoff. Morrison up the left side, driving hard across the 20 to the 16-yard line. On a quick opener, Meade makes a stop for Santa Cruz.
That was his first, Matt Morrison's first carry of the day. He normally doesn't carry the ball very much for Harbor, and it caught him by surprise.
Got about 9 yards to play, second down and 6 yards to go. That was a big play for Harbor.
It was. Key first down play, and he gets 8 or 9 yards. That's what you want.
Denbo wide into the left side. Oles and Morrison, the backs behind of the quarterback. Oles over the right side, finds an opening and drives down to near the 10-yard line. And he might have enough for a first down. Ratliff makes a stop. That's Byfield Ratliff for the Cardinals. Third down and a yard to go. Third in the yard as the Pirates again break the huddle, come to the line of scrimmage. Matasevich brings his charges up and sets them down the ball near the 10-yard line. Handoff, it's Morrison again as a flag, it goes down and he drives down to the 6-yard line.
That's a crucial penalty we have here.
It's the stop along with Wainscote. But a penalty is going to be called against the Pirates, and it looks like the holding once again is going to be called.
That could turn out to be the key mistake of the game for Harbor.
Although they're still using up chunks of clock time, John. 4 minutes and 24 seconds remaining in the football game, and probably most importantly, as long as they hold on to the football, that's what they want to do.
No doubt you would expect them to pass here, and that's something that Harbor has not done very successfully this year, although they've come up with some surprises today.
Third down, 11 yards to go for the Pirates.
Fumble again.
Matasevich fumbles the football, keeps the ball, drives out across the 15 and down to about the, goes out about the 20 and down to about the 17-yard line. So it'll be 4th and 9 for Harbor. And the question is field goal. Now, the ball, if it were snapped from that position, would have to be kicked. It would be about a 37-yard field goal attempt.
Right.
I don't think Harbor has a kicker that can do that, do they?
I don't believe so, Dick. I don't think they'll try the field goal.
Big play coming up. Big play for both teams.
I should say that after the first quarter, when Bobby Matasevich has settled down, he's done very well at quarterback for Harbor.
Denbo wide into the left side on 4th and 8. Matasevich rolling to the right side. He wants to throw. Now he's going to run upfield. He's caught and down he goes.
There's a face mask penalty.
A face mask penalty may be called.
I think you got a good picture of that on your screen. That sure was accidental, but he did grab him by the face mask.
I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. A face mask penalty, I believe, is going to be called, and it's going to be called against Santa Cruz. John Johnson and Sean Gahan over there to make the stop for the Cardinals. That could be enough for a first down. It is.
52
first
red,
down,
grabbing the
touchdown
face
to go now
mask.
for
First down.
Harbor. So not only does Santa Cruz find themselves running out of time, but they find themselves running out of yardage as well. And this is as close as Harbor has gotten to the Santa Cruz end zone, John. Denbo off to the left side. First down and goal to go. Matasevich looks like he lost the football again, and he's knocked down at the line of scrimmage as he comes out from underneath center and then tries to dart for an extra yard or two as the stop is made by McPherson. Now the ball is drifting back on the 10-yard line. Second down and goal to go as a loss in the play of about a yard. Chilly wind beginning to blow across Santa Cruz right now. The Santa Cruz Cardinals hoping to stop this drive and get the score of their own. Here come the Pirates. Handoff. Morrison over the left side. Fights for yardage, and he drives down inside the 5. We're down to the 4-yard line, and John Johnson is there to make the stop, along with Sean Gahan and Byfield Ratliff. They're tackling the ball, John.
They are. Harbor's had this ball in this drive, I think, around 6 minutes right now. Exactly what they wanted to do.
Rich Fernandez getting up off the bottom of the pile. Santa Cruz calling a timeout. They've got to stop that clock. 2 minutes and 8 seconds remaining. And that face mask penalty now extraordinarily critical for the Cardinals.
Very crucial.
There's a timeout on the field. We invite you to watch high school football, game of the week with friends. Mention KRUZ TV and get $1 off a baker's dozen of your favorite Pacific Cookie Company cookies. Come before November 28th at 1214 Pacific Garden Mall, or to the news shop at the Metro Center in downtown Santa Cruz. You and your friends deserve a treat from the Pacific Cookie Company. Every time I do that, I want to say cookie. It reminds me of Cookie Monster. Imagine what a glutton he might be at the Pacific Cookie Company. You can see the crowd down there. The cheerleaders trying to get some life back into things.
One of them obviously knows she's on camera.
But there's not a whole lot to cheer about right now on the Santa Cruz side of the field.
Well, it's crunch time, as the saying goes.
Third and goal from the 4-yard line. Pirates now with things very much in their command. Matasevich, the quarterback, turns, hands Morrison over the left side. He gets a yard, maybe, as he's struck down by the right side of the Cardinal line by Theo Ratliff there to make the stop. With just 1:58 remaining here in the 4th period of play, and once again, another timeout is called. Scoreboard shows with 1:58 remaining, the Pirates 7, the Cardinals 6. We'll be right back.
Learning about fire safety starts early when you're a Girl Scout. Troop 1075 and the Scotts Valley Fire Protection District are helping youngsters to learn not to burn, with hands-on activities teaching youngsters such things as feeling a door to see if it's warm before opening it, the stop, drop, and roll technique, and how to get out of a window safely. The Girl Scouts are making a difference in the lives of children, and you can too. Support Girl Scouting. Give to the United Way.
There we are.
I'm Dick Little, and John Bohr is with me, and we're at Santa Cruz High School, and another exciting football game. And once again, John, our television cameras have produced an outstanding defensive contest.
And it's also, everything you see here is for sale. It's forced, this drive has forced Santa Cruz to use their timeouts also.
And now they're going to try the field goal. Coming in to boot it is Butterfield. He'll try out of the hole to Randy Old. You think they'll fake it here?
No.
So we'll see if Butterfield can do it. John Johnson coming up. He's trying to get something going, and they're going to call a penalty. Somebody jumped across the line of scrimmage.
Basically, what that will mean, if it's on Harbor or on Santa Cruz, which it is, they'll get to kick it from 2 yards closer.
They might even go for it. It might even be very tempting just to go for it. It's about the same distance as a point after.
That's right.
If they get this field goal, of course, the day is over for Santa Cruz.
Way to look at it is
Any
that the field
hope they
position
have
is better
for
if
making
it's
it
the
into
run.
the playoffs also would go down. San Lorenzo Valley, of course, is playing Soquel today. At the same time our game is going on.
Yeah,
And
Butterfield
Harbor has decided to go for it.
just took a timeout, and their kicker, Tony Butterfield, left the field, so.
Sakamoto on the far side of the field, and there is a picture of Nick Eliason going out once again to talk to his charges with the Cardinals. Now, if they go for it and Santa Cruz stops them, they've got a whole lot of yardage between themselves and the goal line.
They'll have.
Of course, when you've got a Johnny Johnson, you can make that distance perhaps in a little faster time than many other folks can.
Well,
Still, that's a long distance to go in a very short period of time.
they'll have 99 yards roughly to go. And I think they used at least 2 timeouts on this drive. The long drive by Harbor has now consumed well over 7 minutes on the clock. So even with Johnny Johnson, 98 yards and no timeouts is a tough order.
Well, it's a big day for the defense of Harbor. They rose to the task. Santa Cruz came out, looked like they were going to burn Harbor alive. Came out, scored the first time they touched the football. They haven't gotten anywhere near the goal line since. And when they do get somewhere near it, they would always give up the football. Here come the Pirates on 4th down now and a couple of yards to go for the touchdown. Handoff, keeping him. Matazovic rolling around the right side. Turns upfield. Touchdown, Harbor! No flags. And Harbor has just about sealed the coffin for Santa Cruz.
Well, it's still a big extra point.
Butterfield to do the booting. Long snap, high, it's off, and it's good. So, with a minute 53 remaining, scoreboard shows Harbor 14, Santa Cruz 6, and we'll be right back.
We make excitement, showtime excitement.
We make excitement in November with the blockbusters you won't want to miss. Clint Eastwood and Burt Reynolds star in the Rock'em Sock'em Shoot 'em Up City Heat. Sting heads up a stellar cast in the intergalactic box office hit Dune. And George Burns is back in Oh God, You Devil. Over 50 movies and more in November on Showtime.
It's showtime because we make excitement.
Butterfield will kick it to Fernandez and Gahan, who are deep for the Cardinals. A minute 53 remains here in the football game. Harbor leading at 14-6. A short kick is picked up by a short man on the 25. He comes up to the 30 and then drives to about the 31-yard line. Harbor wanting to take no chances and give one of Santa Cruz's return men a chance to run it back. So it'll be first down and 10 yards to go, and a minute 47 remains here in the football game. Santa Cruz, the best they can hope for is a tie, as they own the football now on the 31. Gahan to the left side. Ratliff is to the right side. Back to pass. Lovato steps up. Coxie Army throws. Gahan laterally downfield to Johnson. He loses the ball. Picks it up. He's to the 45, the 40, 35, and down he goes. Out about the 30-yard line. 50 yards. Mendelson gets him on the far side of the field.
He's at the 50, Dick. The referees are going to spot it at the 50.
Apparently, they say either they're not going to allow the lateral, apparently, at that point. And perhaps it wasn't all that much of a lateral.
Yeah.
Still an interesting play.
Sure did. It gave him 20 yards.
And most importantly, they got the clock stopped with a minute 24. Now they're only 50 yards away from a touchdown area. Chase off to the left side. Gahan goes to the right side. First down, 10 yards to go. Lovato's rolling to the right side. He's getting chased. He's hit the backfield, and down he goes on to the 40-yard line.
Big sack by Mark Murray.
More importantly, of course, they lose that clock time. Lost the play of about 8. Call it second down now and 18 yards to go. Clock continuing to move with a minute 13 remaining. Ratliff off to the right side. Both ends this time are in tight on second and 18. Lovato is back. He steps up. He cocks the arm. He's throwing for Ratliff downfield. Is batted away. Almost intercepted. Dead ball. Deep for the Pirates. And Ratliff had a step, but the pass was thrown a little shy. Third down now, 18 yards to go.
Looked like Patterson and Benbow knocked each other off that ball where it looked. Otherwise, it would have been another interception. Third down and a minute and 1 second to go.
Well, they throw to Gahan, their big play guy. They've gone to him when they've really needed that third down yardage. Back to pass Lovato. Steps up. Coxie Army throws, and it's hit at the line of scrimmage, I believe, and that Murray got a piece of the football. It'll be fourth down now.
That's 2 key plays by Murray in the last minute here.
And 18 yards to go. 57 seconds remaining. They've got Santa Cruz where Santa Cruz does not want to be, and that is they're throwing the football instead of running Johnny Johnson.
Well, now it's, of course, fourth down, too, so.
Ratliff coming in the football game.
No, it's not a position you want to be in 4th and 20 with 57 seconds left in the game.
Gahan is off to the right side. Now Ratliff goes off to the left side. Looks like a bit of confusion in the Cardinal backfield. Back to pass goes Lovato. He steps up. He cocks the arm. He's going downfield for Johnson. He's got it, but he's out of bounds. A great catch by Johnny Johnson, but he couldn't hang in bounds.
You could clearly see on the camera that he was out of bounds. So.
It was funny. He knew where he was. He tried to twist and get the feet down. He just couldn't quite do it. And Harbor takes over. First down to 10 yards to go with just 51 seconds remaining in the football game. Next week, Santa Cruz travels to Watsonville to tangle with the Wildcats from Watsonville High School. And we invite you to join us for that game on Sunday, November 17th. Here come the Pirates to the line of scrimmage. And what do you want to bet they don't do a lot with the football now except sit on it? Matazovic, the quarterback, turns, and now he's down. 44 seconds. One more of those, John, and it's all over. I don't think Santa Cruz has any timeouts. Yes, they do.
I'm sure that's their last timeout.
And as you can see, the scoreboard clock has just 40 seconds left. Harbor leads it by a score of 14-6. Well, Coach Rod Madurin mentioning before the ball game that most of his players have not been on a team that has defeated Harbor High School. And it looks like these players will also not experience that.
Pretty sure now.
Matazovic goes back and puts the knee down, and that should be it. No more time left. Well, I guess they'll have to do it one more time,
one more
because there's still 30 seconds remaining. Not a lot the Cardinals can do except watch the clock tick away. What really has to be their season. They've had such a great season and played such good football. And then suddenly they lost it in this particular game. McCaffrey gets back, and that's the end of it.
That'll do it.
3, 2, 1, and it's all over. The upset registered by the Harbor High School Pirates. They have defeated the Santa Cruz Cardinals by a score of 14-6.
A disappointed homecoming crowd starts to leave here. But it was Harbor's kind of a game.
It certainly was. Santa Cruz came out and looked like they were going to blow the Pirates off the field. They scored the first time they got the football. They were throwing it well. Johnny Johnson was running it well. Rich Fernandez was running it well. And it looked like a day. But it just turned around, as it did up in Santa Lorenzo Valley. The same thing happened to him, John, only the Valley came back and scored 2 touchdowns, just like Harbor did. But Santa Cruz could not get on the scoreboard a second time. So as a result, it's another loss for the Cardinals. They're second of the season. Right now, they are 6-2-1 on the year, with probably one of the most exciting runners to come into this league in many a year, Johnny Johnson. Can you give us some statistics on the game?
Yeah, I think Johnny Johnson, according to Mike, again, very unofficial stats, had less than 100 yards. I had him with 19 carries for 98 yards. Basically, he could never get on track in the second half because Harbor had that long drive in the fourth quarter that consumed over 8 minutes when they scored their touchdown. In the meantime, Harbor spread their offense around quite a bit, especially in the second half. Randy Olds had 9 carries for 44 yards, and Morrison had 3. Creed had 3 key carries for 16 yards. Morrison also had 2 interceptions in the second half, and that face mask penalty against Santa Cruz toward the end of the game really hurt. But it was certainly Harbor's game, and that's exactly what they wanted to do, is control the ball, and they were able to do that.
Okay, and we want to remind you now that we have a game next week, and that game will feature the same Cardinals, and they will be playing the Watsonville Wildcat in the renewal of what has to be one of the oldest football rivalries in the Monterey Bay area. And of course, we like to provide you with local television programming originating in Santa Cruz. If you enjoy our game of the week or our other local TV shows, let us know. We would like to hear your feedback to satisfy your needs, and our needs too, for that matter. So we'd like to hear from you and find out what you think of our productions here at KRUZ-TV. And the address, in case you'd like to know, is 1107 Water Street. That's KRUZ-TV, 1107 Water Street, Santa Cruz, and the zip is 95062. That's 95062. And you can see the picture of homecoming queen, Miss May, the daughter of Superior Court Judge Donald May, and I know that the May family very proud and very happy here. It's a very fine homecoming for Santa Cruz. They lose to the Pirates from Harbor High School. Our football game has been brought to you by Burger King. Aren't you hungry for Burger King now? And by Showtime. At Showtime, we make excitement. By Group W Cable, live TV here and now. By Pacific Cookie Company. Enjoy the game of the week and have a Pacific Cookie Company party and enjoy the show. So until next week when we present Watsonville and Santa Cruz. Speaking for John Bohr, I'm Dick Little saying, so long everybody.
Burger King presents the most valuable players of the game on KRUZ television. Each week on Group W Cable's High School Football Game of the Week, one player from each team will be chosen as Player of the Game. They receive dinner for 2 from Burger King for their outstanding performance. Last week on KRUZ, Santa Cruz defeated Aptos 27-7. Our MVP for the Santa Cruz Cardinals was number 44, Johnny Johnson. Our MVP for the Aptos Mariners was number 22, Kevin McInerney. McInerney at the heart of the Mariner defense, often leading the swarm of tacklers.
We played good in the first half. We were really, everybody was swimming to the ball and everything. But in the second half, I don't know, we kind of lost our spunk, and we just dropped everything. Our offense wasn't giving us too good a field position either, so we were kind of in the hole all day. And I thought we did pretty well for the situation we were in.
Do you look at films of Johnson? I mean,
Yeah,
were you looking, how do you approach that?
Yeah, we check the films of the teams before, and we go over those and everything. And, like, we watch who we're going up against to find out, you know, how they play and everything. But with Johnson, it's nothing special. It's like, you're supposed to prepare for that, really.
Well, what's it like trying to tackle somebody like that coming at you? You did it quite a few times.
He's hard because he's such a bull, except for he wouldn't really give you a good shot on him like a lot of other people. He had just enough moves to keep you off balance, and when he got you off balance, he'd run you over, but I don't know, it was kind of fun.
Okay, now you also had a chance to play on offense. What are some of the plays that you remember around the ball?
Usually I just block, but I think I had my best game blocking against him. The way I go, it's just, I mean, I kind of surprise blocks, but they're fun. Last week I wasn't even coming close to hitting the guy, but this week I was like, I was drawing, I was putting him on his back and stuff occasionally, which was good. It was really fun this year. Everyone had a good time. You know, our record wasn't that great. Everyone, good team, bunch of friends. Exciting.
Great. Kevin McInerney, our Burger King Most Valuable Player from our Game of the Week on KRUZ Television. For the Santa Cruz Cardinals, the undeniable MVP was Johnny Johnson, the only player to receive that honor twice this season on KRUZ. He almost beat the Mariners single-handedly, rushing for 199 yards and scoring 3 touchdowns. But most impressive was his overpowering defense. He caused and recovered 2 fumbles, had 1 interception, and made numerous bone-jarring tackles.
On defense, I thought I had some good tackles. You know, nothing more than I've been doing all year. I thought I just was in the right spot at the right time on certain plays.
Now, what about a specific third down play? When Aptos was driving, the game was close. Do you remember your hit on that play?
Yeah, I do. It was a sweep to the left with the tailback going out for a quick pitch, and I read it and I cut up underneath the pulling guard and tackle on that, and I made the tackle, stop him short of the first down.
In one play, it looked like you got the handoff from the Aptos quarterback. You were in there so quickly. What happened on that play?
On that play, it was I was up in the inside stack, and there was a linebacker blitz, and I went in, and the alignment just didn't adjust to me going in, and the quarterback almost didn't hand it off to me.
So you took 2 fumbles away from Aptos. Is that something you were trying to do on those plays?
No, I was just trying to get in to disrupt their play, get in there as quick as I could, because that can happen a lot, especially if there's a bad handoff from the center and the quarterback.
The other defensive play that was a standout is an interception rather late in the game. What was going through your mind on that play?
Well, I just fumbled the ball on that, and I was kind of mad. And the receiver, we were playing man-to-man, went down and out, and when he broke out, I looked back for the ball, and there it was.
Does that affect you when you do something that you're not happy with? Does it make you want to turn it around quickly? It sure looked like it on that play.
Yeah, it kind of does. You know, you get mad, you kind of kick yourself for having a bad play, and I just came back and I was kind of mad on the play. Yeah.
Helps to be mad then.
Yeah, it does. It makes you a lot more, you physical, and you a lot more enthusiasm, and you want to make that play.
Congratulations to Johnny Johnson of Santa Cruz High and Kevin McInerney of Aptos High, our Burger King Most Valuable Players on KRUZ Television's Game of the Week.